Welcome to Operation Fishing Freedom. Today we're honored to be sharing the boat with U.S. Coast Guard veteran Brad Peterson.
Military veterans protect our great nation. Pro anglers Jay Garstecki and Ben Olson made it their duty to honor our heroes. They want to share soldiers' stories. The perfect place to carry out this mission? A fishing boat. Get ready to launch Operation Fishing Freedom. Brought to you by Great Clips.
We got a beautiful Southwest Florida day, maybe a little chop out there, but we should be all right. Coast Guard guys don't get sick. We're gonna see, we got maybe some kingfish around, maybe some grouper. We'll just have to see what we find when we get out there. You never know on the ocean.
Meet U.S. Coast Guard veteran Brad Peterson. Since leaving the service, he has not stopped saving lives, but he is not one to take credit.
I'm no hero, but I served with a bunch. I did.
The United States Coast Guard started in 1790 as a small fleet of 10 vessels used to enforce tariffs in the early days of our nation. In 1915, the group joined forces with the United States Life-Saving Service. The Coast Guard has been involved in rescue missions on our shores as well as combat excursions during the Vietnam War.
Why the Coast Guard? What made you join up?
So right out of high school, I had a couple scholarships to go play some sports. Could have played football up at Bemidji, could have wrestled at Northern State or a couple other schools. But I was just being honest with myself. I was 19. I was probably just going to go there to party, and I wouldn't have got anything of it. And one morning, I was having coffee with my parents at their house, and JFK Jr.'s plane went down in Martha's Vineyard. It was all over CNN, and it was breaking news. All I remember seeing was the Coast Guard 41-footers just pounding through the waves, picking up all the debris and looking for survivors. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And a couple weeks later, I was off to boot camp.
So our first job is bait. Every saltwater fishing trip is you're only as good as your bait. The bait determines the day. We're gonna get a little bit of everything because we don't know what we're gonna find. So anything we get, we'll take it.
Netting for bait takes precision. Lucky thing for Ben.
He's got to drive.
He's got an expert behind the wheel.
This is what I did.
Just a little bump. Yep, right there. Are we on him?
Yep.
I mean, you see him on the graph?
The whole graph is red on the bottom.
Okay, pull it in reverse. Okay, good. We just drifted immediately on top of it.
With bait fish caught, it's time to fish.
Game on. So tell me a little bit about what the Coast Guard does.
Okay, so where I was stationed at, I was at a search and rescue unit. You're either gonna start working on the engines or you're gonna learn how to drive and navigate. And that's what I did. I wanted to be the guy that when they see that big orange boat coming and the blue light, that they knew that they were gonna be safe. That was me. Every day's different. Every day's different. If you got just the ones where they ran out of gas, it was a long 6-hour tow, but you had to go out and do it, and it was something, but you're always prepared for that nasty one, and unfortunately those happen more than people know.
Coast Guard sector unit. Vessel calling for maintenance. Grab our signal.
The Coast Guard, or Coasties as they call themselves, are the unsung heroes of the armed forces. But again, Brad's not one to take credit.
I don't know, it's just, no, I guess you just don't want to brag or anything like that. I know I did good things. I know I did good things.
Operation Fishing Freedom is brought to you by Great Clips, Recon Boats, and by Evinrude Outboards.
If you'd like to get some cool Operation Fishing Freedom gear,
Or simply make a donation so that we can take more veterans fishing.
log on to our website, operationfishingfreedom.com.
U.S. Coast Guard veteran Brad Peterson and host Ben Olson work hard on the water today.
I am liking what I'm seeing.
Every now and then that pays off,
I think it's another bait. It might be food.
even in a fishing boat.
It is food.
Nice.
All right, now we got something for real. I think you're gonna make Mama happy with this one. Premium eating fish right there.
Beautiful.
And just gorgeous. God, they're just, I mean, these are world-class mangrove snapper.
Oh, Jesus.
Gotta win, gotta win. Oh, buddy, this is a good one. I don't think we're gonna have to measure this one.
Holy crap.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, what is that?
That's a Goliath.
Oh, holy cow.
World's biggest smallmouth bass. These are the ones, man. These guys get 600 pounds. Look at the tail on that. I mean, that's just a paddle, just a canoe paddle. And the power is just so impressive. Just a gorgeous fish. I mean, we've been out here 45 minutes and we've been fighting fish the whole entire time.
Holy cow.
Rather than catching fish, Brad's time in the Coast Guard focused on saving lives, something he continues to do today.
And maybe that's why I'm a nurse now. When you save somebody, it's one of the best feelings you'll ever have, ever. And being a nurse, going home every day knowing that you saved a life, it's unbelievable. Giving calm to their family members that are looking over their dad, brother, sister, whatever that is in a rough spot and they're worried and you give them hope, it's a great feeling. And when you get a hug from a family member that you just saved their son or you just saved their father, it goes hand in hand. Coast Guard and nursing, it was the best feeling ever.
Mayday, mayday. We are sitting approximately 117.
Every time Brad heard that alarm, he was on alert.
Vessel calling for mayday. Grab our signal.
Each distress call an opportunity to save a life, no different than the last.
We are going down. Please check our
But
signal.
you can't save everybody.
My first guy we didn't save was Tawas, local guy. 43 years old. He went out fishing. Barge came through, broke up the ice. And he didn't know that because he was fishing past the break. Well, it never froze over, but it snowed. And when he walked back, he went right through. His mom called us that night because he's never gone this long. He's a very reliable person, goes fishing all the time, always comes home. And we ended up finding him the next day when first light came, and he was 15, 20 feet underneath the surface, and we saw him. And yeah, we had to use a boat hook to pull him up, and you can still see his face. Still see it. That one sticks. Can't save them all. and we try, but you can't.
A reality Brad, like many veterans, deals with every day.
Not many people hear about it. You might hear about it on a local level, but that guy that you couldn't save, you just saw him in the grocery store the other day. I mean, that's how small these communities are. When you go there, when you get like these towns where all the Coast Guard is, there's maybe 600-700 people there in the winter, and they get to know you. And I mean, if you don't save them, which has happened, they look at you different. They don't treat you different, but I mean, it's tough. It hits close to home. And then we also did law enforcement. That could have been the guy, you just saw him yesterday and now you're arresting him today. It is what it is, but we had to do our job.
Operation Fishing Freedom is brought to you by Great Clips, SKB Cases, and by St. Croix Rods.
It's rough. They're gonna need their Dramamine today.
Yeah, you try not to think about it. I mean, you get queasy, but if you don't think about it, you'll be fine. Look at the horizon. You can still get seasick, that's for sure. You know, you razz people for it, but what are you gonna do?
If you'd like to see more behind-the-scenes footage and bonus content,
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. If you're a U.S. military veteran living in Illinois, Wisconsin, or Minnesota,
log on to takeavetfishing.org to find an event near you.
Another beautiful day for fishing off of Florida's southwest coast. Brad and Ben aren't the only ones hungry to fish. Ben Olson is a professional fishing guide.
The longer we're here and the more chum we throw and the more action happens, it'll kind of ramp up.
But that doesn't mean he doesn't get stuck with a hook every now and then.
Oh.
All right, bud. Wait.
Good thing we had a nurse on the boat.
You let me know.
No.
Okay.
See that?
Now back to the fishing.
That's the one. There we go. Holy.
This is a black grouper. Just a beautiful, beautiful fish. And this is the grouper sandwich. This is what Southwest Florida is famous for right here.
Bye, buddy. There he goes. First black grouper.
Get him up. Oh.
Oh, he's beautiful.
I'm gonna just fling him over the rail. Watch his mouth now.
Okay.
You see those teeth?
Razors.
We call these guys swimming scissors. Because the way they eat is they basically just come by and hit the bait and cut it in half and then eat the pieces. Was there a particular rescue that stands out to you?
We did ice rescue also in the Great Lakes. One of the best ones we had was a 2- and 4-year-old fell into the ice. And it was my first time being the ice coxswain, you know. By the time we got the call and we saw where they went in, I drove to a spot downstream. And sure enough, as soon as we got there, we could see them coming down the river. By the time we got our suits in and out in the water, we were able to intercept them and pull them in, and they're still alive to this day. It's a good feeling.
A good feeling follows him home. Just ask Brad's girlfriend, Amber.
He's pretty amazing. You know, he is one of those that will pretty much give the shirt off of his back. He just does the extra mile.
There we go.
Big king?
Yep. Just a gorgeous fish, aren't they? Just chrome in that water like that.
Holy cow.
We had a lot of action. We had a lot of different species. Now we got dinner covered.
Dinner's covered. All right.
This week's Nonprofit of the Week, the U.S. Coast Guard's Boating Safety Division. Their mission is to try to minimize personal injury and environmental impact associated with the use of recreational boats by the public. Go to their website for more information.
If you'd like to personally thank a vet that you saw in one of our episodes,
Or nominate a veteran to be featured in a future episode,
log on to our website, operationfishingfreedom.com.
Operation Fishing Freedom is brought to you by veteran-owned Excel Automotive Repair, Power Pole, and by Temple Bay Lodge.
A wide wake leads us back to Florida's southern shore. And a cooler full of fish indicates a feast still to come.
let's go get these babies cleaned up. It doesn't get a lot fresher than that. From ocean to plate in just a couple of hours. So tell me about how it's been post-Coast Guard life.
Great. Great. Became a nurse. Now I'm a nurse for the veterans. Being a veteran, it's awesome. Couldn't ask for anything better. Get to give back every single day.
So where are you a nurse?
At the VA Medical Center in Minneapolis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's unreal. It's a really good job.
Did you have some medical training with the Coast Guard?
Yeah, we would get on scene if we ever had any injuries or something. We would just be able to stabilize the situation and get them to shore before we'd do anything else, but that was about it.
So why the VA?
I want to help veterans. I don't think there's any other way to go about it than to be a veteran helping veterans, because we're all brothers and sisters till the end, you know?
Nice, that's awesome. And it sounds like helping veterans and working with veterans is a big part of who you are and what you've dedicated your life to. We just want to say thank you very much for that. We really appreciate your service and your continued service with veterans. And we just have a little something we'd like to give you to kind of honor that. So we have this Angry Bear custom St. Croix rod. Made this just for you. It's got your name on it there. It says, in appreciation of your service and sacrifice. Brad Peterson, got all the branches on there. That's for you.
Oh, thank you.
And then to welcome you to the team, we have your very own Operation Fishing Freedom jersey. Got your name on there.
Wow. Thank you so much. It's hands down one of the best experiences of my life. Thank you very much.
We really appreciate you coming out and everything you guys are doing.
Freshly caught fish and a meal shared with new friends. Brad and girlfriend Amber sit down to a well-deserved meal. It's not often they get a break from their busy home life.
So tell me about your family.
We got a great one. We have 4 kids between us. We're busy.
Yeah, I bet.
We're busy from the time we get up to the time we go to bed. It's a day, and we're exhausted. I get up at 4:15 to start work at 5:30.
Both Brad and Amber work long hours at the Veterans Affairs Medical Center.
It sounds like taking care of people is what you guys do.
We forget to take care of ourselves sometimes.
That's the truth.
They both made it their duty to serve the veterans who serve us.
I don't think we'd have it any other way.
No.
Because of veterans like Brad Peterson, we all know with each trip on open water, the always ready coasties are here to try and keep us safe.
If you know a veteran you'd like to see featured on an upcoming episode, go to our website, operationfishingfreedom.com, and click on the Nominate button.